Do not make your New Year's resolution to draw every day. Coming from a seasoned veteran, I'm telling you right now, that is a big pitfall. Don't do it. Battle redundancy and battle scroll disease, because you're going to become the equivalent of a feeder. You're gonna be no different from from a woman in Carolina creating fat kids. Don't do that. Here's what I mean by it, because like all you're gonna create from drawing every day is the same shit over and over, and doing that is what helped to create AI art and get it as far as it is, by the people doing the same shit in the same way constantly over and over again. And guess what? All you do is tighten up your muscle memory so you can't do anything else, and that's gonna kill you inside. Because I've talked to plenty of artists, high and low, old and like newer accounts or whatever, it like for years. It's very clear to me that all of you like creators want to make more than what you are making. You want to learn how to make more than what you're making because you have the capacity to care about more shit. You just happen to have gotten stuck with like feeding an audience very specific things that they might not be demanding, or rather, I mean, I guess they are demanding it, but they don't really know what they desire, you know, until you give them something else, until you have like, because it's an algorithmic issue as well, because certain things are gonna be seen as like a certain trend or whatever. You just don't be compelled to follow any of that anymore. I swear to God, do not fall for this anymore. Your resolution, and this is my resolution, is to become like a dictator, tell you all what to do, because this is gonna set everybody free. I swear, honestly, this matters because it's an industry. It's a big enough industry that a lot of artists are getting paid thousands of dollars to do what they do, and a lot of it is just the same shit over and over again. And the style variety isn't any different. What is it now? Oh, they animate it now. But what do they animate? What exactly is it this time around? If it's something that's not, if it's something that needs to exist, if it's something that actually is adding something, if it's something that's like brightening up your day instead of just feeding an addiction. If someone's just feeding an addiction just at a higher budget, it's worthless. It's ultimately worthless, and it's just going to create bigger issues for everyone else trying to climb this particular ladder, because it's all going to be based on trends. It's all going to be based on like one thing. It's all going to be based on just like you have to like draw girls constantly in order to get attention. Like, you can't like if you grew up being like, man, I really liked Kinshiro and shit, but I guess I gotta draw the Don girl getting again. Oh well. That's where a lot of you are right now, and for those of you who are like, oh, I love that shit, it's rad, baby, let's go. If you're for that, if that's literally all you want to do, that's awful. So that's insane. You need to have more. Seasoned veteran, like I said, you need the moment that you realize like, oh wow, I learned how to do something new, and I've wanted to do this for a while, and like, oh shit, this is awesome. Well, I could like take this and do some more shit. Even if it comes down to like, I don't want to just draw. I kind of just like, I like audio engineering as well. I want to show this off. I'm going to show this off. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to show it off. And then the moment you do, and then the one time that you did something new and it actually sticks and people really dug that, do you have any idea what happens to you? Your very physiology, your soul. Yeah, no, that's why your resolution is going to be chasing that. No more redundant crap ever again. You get to see that you might have thought to yourself in your nihilistic cave that you're never going to see a world where variety can like thrive. We have all the pieces here. You just need someone to just give you a kick in the ass and say, just do that, no matter what. It's a huge economy. Again, it's like the people are paying people to do what they do, like artistically, and the artist sets the trend. No one else does. Even the trends that artists come from another artist anyways. Someone had to, it's all an agreement. You just need to get the ball rolling so the people that you're feeding can calibrate their pleasure centers towards something that's less destructive for you. They will calibrate their pleasure centers to something that's going to destroy you eventually. And it all comes from redundancy. It all comes from this need to keep doing something every single day, because the only reason that even came about is because of this nonsensical competition to just be as redundant as possible. I mean, it's not even about building a skill anymore. You can draw every day in like the comfort of your own home without posting it. This is all about what you're posting. Because what you're posting is supposed to be like communicating something. That's why you're posting it. You're posting because you want people to see it. So it's not even like you have to operate on that basis. Otherwise, you just be keeping it all yourself. But you're not doing that. So you may as well contribute you may as well be a little more responsible with what is being put out there, and at what velocity, and what that's communicating, and what that is going to what that's going to like do with other artists are going to look at that and be like, I guess this is just the status quo now. Don't let anyone get into the mindset of doing what works. You're not supposed to be doing that. If you work in like finance, if you work in like a big building with a suit, and you have a suit on, if you work in like stocks or whatever, then you should have the mentality of doing that. But you're literally in an industry where you're not. That's not supposed to be happening. You're in a creative realm. You're not supposed to be approaching things like that whatsoever. These greedy, scummy idiots do not approach anything like them whatsoever. Because the inevitability of this energy, because everything you do is just meant to accelerate. Everything you put out there is meant to seed, germinate, and thrive and grow in whatever soil that you plant it in. So don't ever feed that beast to just become a monotonous machine. Focus on what matters. Focus on creating, or at least guiding, a sort of like, I don't know, your audience, or like your economic situation or whatever, alongside of your artistic prowess. So like guide it in a direction that's going to be more what is it, like holistic. Guide it into a place that's more holistic, because that will echo. And if you're granted some form of comfort or success, or even like viewership based on that alone, that's going to lead as an example for a lot of other people that are struggling with this very issue. And it's a lot of you. It's almost all of you. And it's insane. It's insane. Like there's very few of you that want to be honest about this with your audience anyways, because you're afraid to lose them. Which again is the mentality and the spiritual lockdown of a feeder. That you're only creating a situation that's going to inevitably destroy you, because you're afraid of the alternative where there's just nothing to have anyways. You don't want to be discarded or anything. You don't want to disappoint anybody, even though what you're doing is destructive. And you're a sensitive bunch, so you're going to like physically hurt somebody if you keep doing that. So no. Forget all that. You're only doing what works because other people fell for that scam, and then it just became an avalanche of conformity. But you're not in a medium that calls for that. You got to fight back against it. I think that was a good time. Any time was a good time, but definitely now is a good time. This is the only resolution that matters, baby. Destroy redundancy. Destroy scroll disease. Stop being a feeder, and get back to doing what you know is fucking rad, baby.